We are going to practice constant of proportionality. Remember, constant of proportionality is finding k. K is equal to y divided by x. Number 1, the table below shows the cost of frozen yogurt for different number of ounces. So we have the number of ounces on the left, so that's our x value, and cost is on the right, so that is our y value. So when we have 0 number of ounces, we will pay $0. So that lets us know that 0, 0 is an ordered pair, and that lets us know that it's going through the origin, which is one requirement for a proportional relationship. Let's find k is equal to y divided by x. For the next ordered pair, we have 60 cents divided by 1.2 ounces. So 60 divided by 1.2. Remember, when you divide, your divisor has to be a whole number, so you move your decimal one place to the right. Move your decimal one place to the right and bring it straight up. How many times does 12 go into 60? 5 times. 5 times 12 is 60, so you get a remainder of 0. So your answer is 0.5. Let's do the next set. 1.5 divided by 3. So we have $1.50 divided by 3. Take the decimal straight into your answer. 3 goes into 15 5 times. Multiply and get 15. And you'll have a remainder of 0. So that is also 0.5. And you could write it as 0.50. It's the same thing. And then the last set is $2.25 divided by 4.5. Remember, we're doing y divided by x. So we'll go down here for that one. $2.25 divided by 4.5. Remember, when you divide, your divisor has to be a whole number, so move your decimal one place to the right. And whatever you do in the divisor, you have to do in the dividend. Move your decimal one place to the right, take it straight up into your answer. And 45 goes into 225 5 times. So then you multiply. 5 times 5 is 25, so you'll carry your 2. 5 times 4 is 20, plus 2 is 22. And then you'll subtract and you'll get 0. So you get 0.5. So k is decimal 0.5. Is the relationship shown in the table additive or multiplicative? It is multiplicative. An additive relationship would not have the ordered pair of 0, 0. A multiplicative relationship shows a proportional relationship. An additive relationship does not. Number 2 says, write an equation to show the relationship between the number of ounces x and the cost y. So our equation is going to be, remember, we have y equals kx. And we know that k is 0.5, so we can write y equals 0.5x. And you could use a fraction if you wanted to and write y equals 1/2 x. It's the same value. It's up to you whether or not you use a decimal or a fraction. Number 3, we're going to graph the proportional relationship shown in the table. So we're going to need our ordered pairs. So remember, we get our ordered pairs from our table. So our first ordered pair is going to be 0, 0. So we always start when we graph at 0, 0. And our next ordered pair is going to be 1.2, 0.60. So we start at 0, 0. We're going to go over 1 and then a little bit past 1. And then 0.6. So here's 0.5. So we're going to go a little bit above 0.5 and put our point right there. Our next ordered pair is 3. When x is 3, y is 1.5 or 150. Start at 0, 0. We're going to go right 3 because x is 3. And then we're going to go up to 1.5. So here is 1.5. So our point will go right there. And our next ordered pair, when x is 4.5, y is 2.25. So we're going to always start at 0, 0, go over 4. We want to be in the middle of 4 and 5. And then we want to go up 2 and 2/25, which is 2 1/4. So we're going to go up to 2 and then a little bit above 2. And then we'll have our points there on the graph. And we can draw a line. We want it to be a straight line, not perfect there. Number 4 says, given the equation y equals kx, what is the constant of proportionality k shown in the table, equation, and graph above? So we know that k is decimal 0.5. We can also write k is equal to 1/2. Number 5, Elijah helps his father with yard work. He can mow 1/2 acre in 20 minutes. If Elijah mows at a constant rate, write an expression to find the constant of proportionality given X acres in Y minutes. So it's telling us that we are going to have X is going to be our acres and Y is going to be our minutes. So we want to set up our table. And it says that he can mow 1/2 acre in 20 minutes. So we are going to want to figure out what K is, the constant of proportionality. So we have K is equal to Y divided by X. So in this situation, Y is 20 and X is 1/2. So we'll write that out as a division problem. 20 divided by 1/2. So we want to make 20 look like a fraction, 20 over 1. And remember, when we divide fractions, we multiply by the reciprocal. So we keep the first fraction, change the division to multiplication, and use the reciprocal of the second fraction. We flip it, so it becomes 2 over 1. 20 times 2 is 40, and 1 over 1, 1 times 1 is 1. So the answer is 40. It takes 40 minutes to mow 1 acre. So K is equal to 40. So when we write our equation, we could have Y is equal to 40x. Number 6. The table below displays the money earned for selling different number of books. Books sold is going to be our X. Money earned is going to be our Y. What is the constant of proportionality? When we find the constant of proportionality, we are doing K is equal to Y divided by X. So we're going to take the first column, Y divided by X. 27 divided by 3 is 9. We need to do the second column, Y divided by X. 63 divided by 7 is 9. In the next column, Y divided by X. 90 divided by 10 is 9. So K is equal to 9. And if we needed to write our equation, it would be Y is equal to 9x. Number 7. Given the equation Y is equal to KX, where Y is 1.2 and X is 1.5, what is the value of K? So we're going to need to solve our equation. So let's write out Y is equal to KX, and let's substitute in the values that we're given. We're given 1.2 for Y. We do not know K, and we're given 1.5 for X. So I am going to reverse that so that we have our coefficient in front of our variable, so it will look like that. And I know that when I'm solving equations, in this case I'm solving for K, so I need to isolate my variable. My variable is being multiplied by 1.5, so I'm going to need to divide by 1.5. And I must keep my equation balanced. I must do the same thing to both sides. 1.5 is going to cancel out. I'm going to be left with K. Now I'm going to need to divide 1.2 divided by 1.5. And when you divide, your divisor has to be a whole number. So you're going to need to move your decimal one place to the right in your divisor and your dividend and take your decimal straight up into your answer. 15 can't go into 12, so I'm going to need to add a 0. 15 can go into 120 8 times. 8 times 5 is 40, so I'm going to carry the 4. 8 times 1 is 8 plus 4 is 12. So I'm going to subtract and get 0. So K is going to be 8/10. The graph shows the proportional relationship between the number of movies downloaded and the download time. What is the constant of proportionality for the movie downloads? So we have our x-axis is our number of movies, and our y-axis is our time in minutes. We are going to need to get our ordered pairs. So I have a point right here, so my x is 3, and my y is going to be 4.5. So one of my ordered pairs is 3 and 4.5. And if I look at my next point, I'm going to see that that x coordinate is a 5, and the y coordinate is 7.5. So that's going to be 5, 7.5. And my next point here, my x coordinate is 8, and my y coordinate is 12, so I'll have the ordered pair 8, 12. And then my final point that I'm given, the x value is 9, and the y value is 13.5. So I have my ordered pair, so now I'm going to be able to find k. Remember, k is y divided by x. So we're going to do 4.5 divided by 3. 4.5 divided by 3. Make sure you put your decimal in your answer. 3 goes into 4 one time. 1 times 3 is 3. Subtract and get a 1. Bring down the 5. 3 goes into 15 5 times. 5 times 3 is 15, so you get a remainder of 0. So you get 1.5. Let's do the next one. 7.5 divided by 5. Remember, we're doing y divided by x. 7.5 divided by 5. Take your decimal into your answer. 5 goes into 7 1 times. 1 times 5 is 5. 7 minus 5 is 2. Bring down the 5. 5 goes into 25 5 times. 5 times 5 is 25. Subtract and get a 0. So you get 1.5. Let's do the next one. Y divided by x. 12 divided by 8. 12 divided by 8. 8 goes into 12 one time. Multiply and get 8. Subtract and get 4. You need to add a decimal. Put it in your answer. Add a 0. Bring it down. 8 goes into 40 5 times. 5 times 8 is 40, so you get a remainder of 0. So again, you get 1.5. And then the next one, y divided by x, 13.5 divided by 9. We'll do 13.5 divided by 9. 9 goes in, let's put our decimal in our answer. 9 goes into 13 one time. Multiply and get 9. Subtract and get 4. Bring down the 5. 9 goes into 45 5 times. Multiply, get 45, subtract and get 0. So you get 1.5. So k is equal to 1.5. And if we wanted to write an equation, we would write y is equal to 1.5x. Now you're going to complete page 40.